Swear to
What
God,
you gonna do, crybaby?
with alligator.
I'll wear alligator Alcatraz
I
merch
honestly
if
can't
I
say on
want
this
to.
app what I
And
would
what
do.
you gonna do, baby? I'm gonna tell you FA and
They have
FO.
merch
Okay?
for our
So
concentration
you
camp.
have the day you deserve.
A few moments later.
This is crazy. I know we're not Kirk County. I know we're not Kerrville. I know we're not San Angelo or San Antonio. But hell, we're human beings. Help us. We need help. Get me the media. Get me some official. Get me water. Get me anything we need, please. We have nothing. For God's sakes, Travis County, help us. Don't treat us like we're nothing out here, because we're not. We're human beings. We pay taxes out here. Don't treat us like this.
I'm gonna tell you FA and FO. Okay?
In this video, some white MAGA Trump supporters regret bitterly voting for Donald Trump. They have now realized that what black people had been telling them all this while was true. So let's watch the following videos as they show their regrets in the following videos. Then we'll come back here and discuss further about it. But before we watch the videos, if you haven't yet liked this video, kindly like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let's watch the videos together.
And excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration, but I know that it is coming,
and this is how it's going.
So I admit I regret my vote for Donald Trump. I regret it because I needed these changes sooner. I needed the prices to go down sooner, so that I didn't drain out my bank account.
What y'all having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Because that is far more interesting to me than whatever she talking about. Have the day you voted for, ma'am. Get your dancing shoes back out and get to stepping. Make America great again. One millionaire and billionaire at a time. He loves the poorly educated. His words, not mine. And this is the prime example of why. FAAFO. Have the day you voted for. And don't make me say it no more.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a third grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a third grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields. They need to let them know that.
There are 4 things that everybody who's not a Trump supporter thinks about you, and so far you've done nothing to disprove these things. 1, you're uneducated. And I don't mean uneducated in the sense that you didn't go to school and learn to read or do basic arithmetic. I mean you're uneducated as far as what's going on in the world. You got goggles on, only paying attention to what you want to pay attention to. Dose, you lack empathy. You don't care what happens to somebody else as long as it doesn't happen to you. Imagine for a moment the government started saying, hey, your marriage is illegal. How would you feel about that? How would you feel about that? But you don't care that it's happening to gay people as long as it doesn't happen to you. 3, you lack independent thinking skills, meaning you are incapable of forming your own thoughts, opinions, or viewpoints on things. You need pundit talking points from Fox News or whatever that other OAN. You need those people to tell you what to believe. You don't have the ability to look into those claims and maybe thinks something else, it's a confirmation bias. You live in this bubble and you refuse to step outside of it. 4, and I think this is the most important one. I think this is the one you really need to work on if you have the ability, and that is critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to look at a situation and say to yourself, you know what, that's kind of fucked up. That's not right, and you can't do that. So I look forward to all the laughing emoji reactions to this video, because the people that I just made these claims about don't have the ability to defend themselves. So they do so just with the laughing emoji. So fire away.
The black jobs. They really thought that we was going to be looking for black jobs, y'all. And I woke up this morning, I was scrolling through TikTok, and I saw this guy made a video, and I saved it to my favorite, so you can go look for it. And he said he was pretending to be MAGA on one of those other apps. He said they were doing a live, and the farmers were saying that they thought that the black people would be looking for jobs to work on their farms. Now, you got to be kidding me. Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you're gonna have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never. The only way you gonna see black people working on a farm is if they own the farm, because we not working on nobody's farm as no workers. So I hate to disappoint y'all. If y'all thought those was black jobs that black people looking for, honey, you better think again, because black folks that I know got good jobs. We've had a black president, we had a black vice president, we got black senators, we got black congressmen, we got black CEOs, we got black doctors, we got black nurses, we got black psychiatrists, we got a lot of good black jobs. Now, I don't know what y'all thought we was going to be farm workers for. We don't even want to work in the fast food industry. Those jobs, we don't want those kind of jobs. So, I hate to disappoint you MAGA people, but we don't do farm work. So, get somebody else to do it. I'll like, share, comment, and repost. Drop in the comments y'all education and y'all good black jobs, because they don't think we got good black jobs out here. So
every time I post about the work that Texans are doing and how Texans are fighting against this regime, I always get comments like this. You know, Texans deserve what's happening to them. You voted for this. And by interesting, I actually mean it's stupid. You know, you've got this guy here I bet nobody in there listened to VP Kamala Harris. Not only did I listen to VP Kamala Harris, I was an invited guest in the VP's house multiple times and introduced her before one of her speeches. I promise you that you did not outwork me this election cycle behind your keyboard. I promise you that. And you all want to claim people like Jasmine Crockett. Where do you think Jasmine learned how to fight? Here in Texas, in the Texas House. Because we've been fighting these battles by ourselves for a long ass time while you've been sitting in your blue ivory towers looking down on us saying it's never going to happen to me, and now here we are. And when you leave comments like this of, Texans deserve it, this is what they voted for, what you're actually doing is perpetuating the rights talking point for them, that our rights should be dependent on zip code. That's how they overturned Roe. So congratulations that you would rather point the finger than work on progress with us, because until you're ready to go and do the fight in the hard place.
Welcome back. So in November of 2024, the United States went to the polls in order to elect the 47th President of the United States of America. Whereas some people thought of voting Democrat, others also thought of voting Republican. Now, this set of people voting in opposite direction was based on the policies that these political parties brought forth. whereas the Republican trumpeted "Make America Great Again," but did not understand what went or goes into making America great again, but voted for Donald Trump in order for him to make America great again. He is now the 47th president of the United States of America, and he is indeed making America great again. But some MAGA supporters are not happy with Donald Trump and some of the policies that he is implementing. Now, right when he was sworn into office in January of 2025, there were a lot of executive orders that the president, Donald Trump, signed into law. Most of them were very harsh, but some of the citizens were hoping that it will bring good fruit or yield good fruit. Now, one of them that he talked about during the campaign period was mass deportation. Now, when he assumed office, he implemented the mass deportation policy, which saw to the deportation of a lot of illegal immigrants in the United States of America. And majority of these illegal immigrants were doing menial jobs on the farms of the American farmers. Now, when these illegal immigrants were deported, majority of these farmers are unable to cultivate their farms. They are unable to rear their animals as they used to when the illegal immigrants were there, because the average American is not ready to settle for the jobs on the farm in order for that meager wages that is being paid by the farmers who voted for Donald Trump. Now, a lot of these MAGA supporters are very disappointed one way or the other. Majority of them being farmers who are really complaining about how difficult it is to get the average American to come to the farm in order to work over them. It is very difficult for them to get workers on their farms because the illegal immigrants are no longer working on the farms any longer. Cattle ranchers are also heavily affected because these same illegal immigrants who were helping to rear their animals, their cattle, their goats, their sheep, and other livestock, they are no longer there in order to work on these farms. So they also have been heavily affected. Even the entire citizenry of the United States of America, because tariffs have increased or skyrocketed, and a lot of things have become much more expensive or comparatively expensive, and this is taking a toll on the average American. So a lot of MAGA supporters are not happy about these happenings that are happening in the United States of America. Now, some people were thinking that black people were going to return to the farms, to the cattle ranches in order to work on the fields. I don't know why people may be thinking that kind of thoughts. Why would you prefer that black people should be the people working on the fields whilst you sit in air-conditioned offices, whilst black people are out there in the sun working on the fields? So you are thinking about racism and then those periods of colonialism. You see yourself to be superior, and this is something that is not right at all. All humans need to be treated equally. So you voted for a president who will support the ideology of racism. Let me know what you also think about all these in the comment section below. Do you think that all these MAGA supporters who are crying out over there will cry out if their plan had gone exactly the way they expected it to go. Let me know what you think about all these in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family on other social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here. Click on the subscribe button. Click as well on the notification bell. And I'd like to see you again in my next video.